What's up, guys? Welcome to the Emman and Jan show.
Welcome to the Emman and Jan show.
Well, since last episode, Janet lost her job, as you guys all know.
As you guys all know, they kicked me in the butt and said, "Don't come back." I'm just kidding.
Huh.
They didn't say that. They said, "Come back," and I said, "Nah, I'm good."
Huh.
But yes, but unfortunately, since that had happened, it took a huge toll, and now we have to file for bankruptcy. Actually,
Yeah, so the Emman and Jan show is seeing its end now.
yeah, guys, we're gonna have to turn in our laptops and our blue mic, and this is the end. So thank you for joining us, guys. But
It was quite the journey, and we really liked having you guys here. And well, thank you for supporting us. It really did mean a lot.
definitely, while it lasted.
No, we're just kidding. We haven't been bankrupt.
Yeah, we're just joking, guys.
But
It's not that bad. We're handling. Okay. Don't think we can't handle this shit. We can rough it out. It's
Yeah, we
okay.
can rough it out. Especially like what was it like last week and 2 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago even like
Yeah.
how the weather was freaking hot.
Oh my god, how did you guys handle that weather? That weather, that humidity. Us Californians can handle cold weather, hot weather, like dry ass weather. But when it comes to humidity, oof, nope.
Huh. Like that's why I don't even live in Florida.
I know. I can't imagine. Imagine all the bugs too, and
Yeah,
they like attract some more bugs. It's crazy. No, heck
it's all
no.
nasty. And then
Yeah.
our AC went out.
Oh my god. Literally the day that the heat wave started, our AC went out. That same exact day.
Yeah,
It was
it was
horrible.
crazy. But
Was
thankfully my parents like gave us the wall thing, huh? That was it called?
yeah.
The wall AC that you put in the window.
Yeah, like the portable, I guess.
Yeah, I
Is it
guess
portable? Yeah, like something like that.
it's a window AC pretty much.
Yeah, they allowed us to use that for the meantime, and oh my god, it has literally changed our lives. We had been plugged it, and we hadn't unplugged it for like I
The
don't know.
the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's just been going and going, and it saved my life because heck no, being in this house, our house has like very little ventilation, which sucks.
I
And
know.
like,
Even if we open all the windows and doors.
and well, think about it when you open the windows and the humidity. Hell
Oh
no.
yeah.
I think honestly, okay, I would close the doors and
Oh
the
yeah.
windows. Yeah,
Oh
and
damn.
it'd stay more fresh. And that's how I was like, I'm not even gonna open the front door. Not, nope, I wouldn't, because it'd be too hot, too humid.
No, yeah.
But but hey, we got through it. The weather's getting nicer. It's like what in the 80s in this week, and then it's gonna be more in the 90s next week. But as long as it's not humid or in the high 100s.
Yeah, no 100s no more. We can handle 90s. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. Yeah, it's like good weather. Some of my plants even freaking died because of it. I had like a pepper little tree
Oh yeah.
growing, and it was so beautiful, and I like took very good care of it. And then that weather really took a toll on it. So if you guys are into planting and so on, you guys, I'm sure you guys know my pain because I talked to my cousin Jocelyn, and she told me about like
Your
my
aunt's plants, huh?
aunt. My aunt's like she has a huge garden, a bunch of trees. Oh my god! Like one day I'm gonna have her literally help me like plant stuff in my house, in my
Huh.
future home. Yeah, she knows too much about stuff. Not too much, just enough.
No, yeah, but still, she like you could see how much she like how much work she puts into her garden,
Mm-hmm.
and it all looks really nice.
Yep, I used to hang out with my aunt all the time. I used to be there like she was like that was my second home for a while because I'd always be over there and. I would even go into the house and be like, "Hey, mom," and she'd look at me. My dad look at me, and she'd be like, "Hi, yeah, yeah," she just laugh. I'm like, "I'm just kidding," but I'm back.
Huh.
Yeah, that would be funny. But yeah, she's a really good. She has definitely a green thumb. She
No,
has
yeah.
gangrene. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what?
She has gangrene.
Gangrene?
Gangrene is like when your pretty much your skin, your hands or bones, or it tends to be on the fingers and feet
Yeah.
that like they start to like necrose, they start to die. It's like yeah, like infection.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
But it's like deadly. Like not deadly. It can end up deadly if you don't take care of it. But like it's like deadly to your fingers and body.
Huh. The more you know, right?
That's crazy, huh? But no, she doesn't have gangrene.
No, but they found out about a new word just as I did right now, to be honest.
That's crazy. I could have sworn we talked
I
about
talked. I know necrosis.
Oh yeah, necrosis, that's true. But yeah, like it's because the word, and I can never forget it because I remember they would talk about it in history about like how the soldiers would be in the trenches And
Yeah.
because they were in the trenches, there's like wet, muddy, everything. All that wet mud like had their skin. Um, Obviously, when it's wet, it's more like sensitive. Your skin, it starts absorbing, it starts like getting cuts and all this stuff. And so that led to all these soldiers getting gangrene. And like that would end up like some people would be dying and so on like that. From a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people died because of it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
it is
The
crazy.
stuff that goes at war, you know.
Yeah, like
Sometimes it's not even the war itself. It's just like surviving and waiting it
yeah,
out.
like
You
that
know.
story that we heard. Remember, like I don't know. I guess like there was a TikTok that I saw. I'm always talking about TikTok, huh?
Huh.
People are probably like, "Damn, all she does is do on TikTok." Like, no.
And you're not wrong. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Hey, I have my fair share, just like you all do. But yeah, I saw one like where this girl, I guess, or no, I don't think it was a guy or a woman. I don't know, but they found like a book,
A guy
a
or a
journal.
woman, or a guy and a woman. I'm kidding.
It was, I forgot if it what it was.
Oh. Anyways.
I'm not trying to like be. I just don't remember if it was the guy or girl who posted it. But point is, they found like a book with like journaling about like a soldier like that fought in World War
Oh, I
Two
do
or
remember
World War
that.
One.
Yeah,
And
like they found it, I think, in the Bible, right?
yeah, it was an old Bible,
Yeah.
and he had written notes inside of it of how
Mhm.
like what he was dealing with, how it was going, and that it got to the point where everybody was so tired of like just being like fighting, literally like
Mhm.
in war, and it came down to like it being close to Christmas and Christmas time, and like think about it, like how sad and like lonely it can be, and
Mhm.
people just want to feel like some sense of happiness, especially during the holidays, right? So point is, this guy said that like um it got everybody was just so tired that for a moment there was actually peace,
Yeah.
some peace, and like and he was like in the trenches too,
Mhm.
and like he said that like people started like, even the people who they were fighting against, they just started conversating because there's nothing else to do. They started talking, they kind of became friends, they ended up helping pulling them out, and then I don't know if it is true, but this is just what I heard.
It is part of history. I do remember that it is true, but like what happens after? I don't think I ever like finished the full story either, because I know like even back in the day, like something similar to that happened. It
Hmm.
was like either Thanksgiving or like Christmas time, and then they came out and they were playing soccer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See, that's pretty much like how they were doing too. They
Yeah.
were like, oh, they started seeing Christmas
Yeah.
carols and started like kind of like they even like found a tree to put up like as Christmas and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And
But
those are
isn't
the
that
things that
crazy?
people don't think about. Like sometimes when you guys are at war, like people get tired. It should just be like that. It should just be like, you know what? Like we've been fighting for too long. Like how about we just talk it out at this point? Like, like
Yeah.
that happens. That's how people, like how you said last time, there's so many people that like hate each other, end up getting in a fight, and then they become best friends,
And that's how it used
literally.
to be before.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's so many friends that I beat up. Nah, I'm kidding.
Like all my friends that I have got beat up at.
At one point by me. No, I'm kidding. No, but I do remember like in like elementary, like I would always like get into fights, and then it's because it would always be with like like I guess like troubled kids. I don't know.
Hmm.
Like, and I would just be like more the calm, serious, like a calm person, and if they felt the need to pick on me for some reason.
I think it's because you're like, they probably just thought you're nice and easy to, like you said, easy to
Mm-hmm.
pick on because you look nice.
Yeah, but
Little
then
did they know. Yeah.
Yeah, little
He's
did they know.
Hulk. He's Hulk, guys.
But then yeah, then I remember like afterwards we were always like, oh, like damn, who knew we'd be friends, you know? Like who knew
Hmm.
like after this we'd be friends, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? That's the thing because like when it comes to fighting, like people continue fighting and like talking shit like behind their backs and like making little remarks and all this stuff because they
Mm-hmm.
don't communicate.
Exactly.
And like think about it. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's good to let out that anger, and if you
Mm-hmm.
need to fight it out, then fight it out like both like equally like men, or
Mm-hmm.
boys, whatever.
Boys will
But
be boys. Not
yeah,
kidding.
yeah, like and it happens with girls too. I've seen it how girls
No,
get in
yeah.
fights and then afterwards they kind of just talk like, I don't know, I don't even know why we were fighting. It's kind of stupid, and it's true. Like,
And it always ends up being, well, not always, but like most of the time, ends up being like, oh, someone else was like trying to cause the problem.
yeah,
Like someone else was like spreading rumors. Someone else was doing this, you know.
100%.
Those people get in a fight just for other people's entertainment, you know.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, I mean, it's just it's interesting how people just continue this pettiness instead of just being like, fuck that bitch. Oops, excuse me. But like, literally, I'm so sorry. But like, just f that, and then be like, I'm just gonna mind my business. Just mind your business. Like, who cares if they're talking crap? Like, if they are talking crap, then yeah, you can go talk to them. If it leads to a fight, then it leads to a fight. But the point is not to fight. It's just like, hey, like honestly, I'm not even trying to fight. It's just I'm literally tired of hearing my name or whatever. And
No, yeah.
like I really just want to be cool and like chill, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's kind of hard, you know, because when you're in high school, you're getting your hormones, all this
Yeah,
crap, and
it happens because
in middle
there's been
school.
times where even like my dad has told me, just that you don't need to get in a fight. Sometimes you just need to make the other person feel dumb,
Yeah,
and
100%.
and then you take their words off, and they don't even know what to say, and then you just leave them there.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah. Sometimes they just need like a freaking
like a lesson in a way,
yeah, a
but
lesson.
more just like talking through
Yeah,
talking. You know,
yeah. Like honestly, like the
get educated.
yeah, educated. Hell yeah, 100%. That is so true.
Educated.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, I told Emmanuel this story a while back. But in middle school, I recall that there was some girl. Like I was friends with some girl, and but one time, like I don't know what happened. This was like I would say this was sixth grade. That like me and her got mad. She threw juice at me and I got all over my hair and my shirt and it was orange juice and I got so upset and I was like, what the heck, right? And I didn't do anything, but she was just trying to be funny and so on. But I got really upset about that. But I never really mentioned that. But like I know she knew I got upset. But I walked away and I'm like, oh, what the hell, that freaking like B word, you know? And then like I was walking with some other girl. She was friends with both of us. And I told her like, oh my god, I swear, like if she does that again, I'm gonna beat her ass, right? And then come like seventh grade the next year, like that the girl who threw juice at me was I guess she wanted to be like popular or something like that, and like she wanted to be known as like the girl who knew how to fight and like the like badass bitch, I guess you want to say.
La bichota.
La bichota.
In today's lingo.
I know, huh? For reals. Yeah,
Huh.
but that's what she wanted to be. And like, and I guess that other girl who I told like, oh, if she does that again, I'm gonna beat her ass. Like told her, oh, you know who you should fight? You should fight Janet because she said she was gonna beat your ass. And I was just like, what? And again, so this was a year later, right? And like this girl who threw the juice at me, she came up to me and she was like, I heard you said you were gonna beat my ass. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, you said that you're gonna beat my ass. I'm like, when did I say that? Like, what the heck? And then like, she was like, huh? And she pulls out the other girl. She's like, hey, you, like, huh? Didn't she say that like yeah, that she was gonna beat my ass? And she's like, yeah, she did. She was like all kind of embarrassed,
All like shy.
all shy because she like I guess
Like-
put me on blast or whatever. And I was just like, when? And then she brought it up. She's like, oh, like when you guys like threw juice at each other. I'm like, girl, that was last mother effing year. Are you serious? Like I didn't even remember. But I was just like, oh my god. I'm like, okay, well, apparently I said that, so what? And she's like, well, let's fight. And I'm just like, okay, then fight me. And she was just like, no, you hit me first. I'm like, girl, you're coming up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the heck? And so then it kind of ended there because I believe the bell rang. And this just kept going on for like a couple days. And again, I like, or like that's for that week. Like again, like this is seventh grade. I was only like 13 years old, and like I'm not a fighter, but I will if I have to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I will stand up for myself. And again, like it was some other girl who wasn't known as like a violent fighting girl. She was the one trying to like push her to be like a fighter and get to know people, like for people to get to know her like that, you know.
Yeah.
And so it came to the point that this girl and her influencer, I guess you can say, came up to me and they were like, come on, fight me, hit me. And I'm like, dude, you're the one that keeps coming up to me. I'm like, if you think you're so freaking tough, hit me first. Hit me. You're coming up to me. You're so tough, hit me. And she's like, no, let's go fight in the restroom. I'm like, oh my god, this is a joke at this point. I'm like, no. She's like, I don't want to get caught. I'm like, you know, we're gonna get caught no matter what. These rumors spread. And then she was just like, And then the other girl, her influencer, the fighting girl, she literally grabbed her hand and tried to have her punch me. Like she was literally grabbing her hand and putting it in my face. And I was like, what the hell? And then like the other girl, the one that was trying to fight me, was like, oh, you could tell she didn't want to either.
Yeah, she was more pressured into it.
Yeah, she was more pressured into it. And I was like, oh my god. And then she was just like, oh, like it just ended at that point. Like I think something happened, the bell rang. But honestly, at that moment, we had a circle around us. People like were waiting for something. And I was like, dude, like she's the one that's been coming up to me. Everybody sees it. You're not doing anything. Like I'm not trying to fight for something that like is so stupid, you know? But yeah, so that was like the dumbest thing ever. And like, isn't that like the dumbest thing ever?
Dumb,
Isn't
yeah.
that crazy?
I mean, that's all like seventh grade stuff, huh? I don't
Yeah,
know why like people think that, but I feel like
they just try to be cool, but like,
yeah,
like it's
like
not
what they
even
see in
about that.
movies, you know. Like I feel
Yeah.
like yeah.
Like I feel like the coolest people aren't the ones who fight. Like the coolest people are just the ones who are cool with everybody.
Yeah,
Like they
like
talk to
mhm,
everybody and are friendly and they're very outgoing and like
yeah.
even if they're not outgoing. I've talked to everybody growing like being in middle school. Like I always wanted to include people, and I would see people that were like alone. I'd be like, hey, like what's your name? Talk to them and be like, oh, you're my friend now, okay? And they'd be like, oh, okay, and
Mhm.
then they would just became my friend
No,
from
yeah,
there.
and that's how it is. That's how it should be, you know.
Hmm.
That's what I liked about high school too. Like you could help other people. You can make a difference.
Yeah,
You could
that's
even
true.
make a difference now too. Like
Hmm.
people don't even think about it. You can. It doesn't have to be like only in high school and school or whatever.
Oh my god,
It could
but
be in your day to day life.
hmm.
When you go to the store, when
Hmm.
you go to the gym, when you go at work.
Yeah, I mean nowadays it's a little scarier
No, yeah,
though.
but yeah, that's different. But like, still, you know, like,
Hmm.
don't be like a rude person to like a cashier, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you gotta let it out on somebody. Like,
Mhm.
just yell in your car, cry about it, and you'll feel better. Trust me.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking about like just people in general. I mean like workers too, you know.
Hmm.
Because like sometimes they're the ones who get it, like you know.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
happened to like even us sometimes. Where like if
Hmm.
people are just like rude
Freaking
to us
rude.
for no reason, I'm like, well, you're the one working here. Like,
Yeah.
just make your time like useful in a way. But
Yeah.
like, don't be rude to the people who come in. You know.
It's because you know what? When it comes down to that, like we've talked about this, like it's just crazy how people like nowadays, guys. You guys can go to so many stores and restaurants, and especially like the bigger chains. I feel
Yeah.
where like the bigger like chain stores and restaurants, like there's a lot of like
People who
bad
just don't care.
service now. A lot
Yeah.
of bad service and like a lot of bad workers too. Like we went to Walmart and like these like
And that was
people.
our first mistake going to Walmart. Not
Yeah,
kidding.
hey, you're not wrong. Hey, but we love them low prices, right?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's because, yeah, like we literally thought we were going to go in and out and just
Mhm.
get something real quick.
Mhm.
I was going to go get, like, what was it? Oh, a clamp to do my brakes on my car.
Mhm.
And then we go there and it ends up being locked.
Yeah.
And then, so we push the button, we wait. Okay, 10 minutes pass by. Okay, like,
Yeah, we ended up waiting like almost
we
half
almost,
an hour,
no,
40 minutes.
like 45 minutes, I
Mhm.
think. And every single time, like, I went to turn around and look for people, and they said, "Oh no, yeah, we're sending someone right now. We're sending someone right now." And then literally, like, by the 30-minute mark, there was a bunch of people in the car section just waiting
Mhm.
for someone to come and open the doors.
Yeah, and there's literally so many employees walking around. It's insane. So many employees, and like Emmanuel, like would try to keep going to each and everyone that he would see.
And they would just go walk and hide into aisles, and it
Mhm.
was so like, damn, really, like,
It's so exciting. Like we have time too, Like you guys are here wasting your time at work, but we have freaking time, places to be. Like like come
mm-hmm.
on.
Like, don't just waste. Yeah, I don't care. Waste your time at work, but like, don't waste my time. You know,
Exactly, a hundred
like
percent.
I'm not at work right now.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not getting paid to waste my time right now. You know,
And see, this is why people start breaking the freaking
all those
like
glass
the glass
things.
doors.
Yeah.
Like one time I went and like I saw that somebody had just broken it. Literally had just broken it, and I walked into that same aisle, and it was what? It was also the car aisle.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, it was also the car aisle, and then like yeah, the lady that was cleaning it all up. I'm like, well, like who knows? And now that I think about it, it's probably that's the reason why.
Huh?
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it.
because it didn't seem like things were missing. It just seemed like somebody broke it. At first, I was like, damn, like that's messed up. But then, but now I look back and I'm like, that's probably why somebody broke it. They're probably waiting there for a while that they got like, F that. I'm just gonna break it.
Huh?
Mhm.
No, yeah. Like, regardless, I'm still gonna pay for it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
like,
this is the second time though. This is the second time that we've had to wait that long.
oh yeah, last time we were thinking we were gonna get like pajamas, and
Yeah.
well, who knew the pajamas were gonna be locked up? You know.
Yeah. Freaking, it's insane, guys. All this ever since like COVID, things have just gotten ghettoer and ghettoer everywhere. I feel
Yeah.
like just so much like stealing, so much all like trafficking too. It's
Yeah,
getting
human trafficking.
intense.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
all those things. Like my sister literally just told me about the situation that like she went to Target like at like maybe like around 8 or 9 in the night. She went to go get some stuff, but like she took her kids, and like as she took her kids because obviously like she has to. She's not just gonna leave
Yeah,
them.
you're not leaving
But
them at home.
yeah, yeah. But as like the kids always like to go to the toy section, and she's always like, okay, well I'll take you guys so you guys can play with the toys, look at them, whatever. And she mentioned that she saw a guy like in the aisle that she ended up in, at one of the aisles in the toy sections, and he was just standing there like for the longest time on his phone, just standing and staring. And she was just like, huh, like maybe he's just waiting for somebody. And then she was like, realized like, okay, like he's literally still been here this whole freaking time. And so then she let the kids, so she was still keeping an eye on the kids, and she was just like, being aware. And the kids were riding like little bikes around the aisle, up and down it.
Mm-hmm.
And like once the kids kept getting a little closer and closer to the guy, and so once they got a little too close, my sister was just like, hey, like both of you, like let's go.
Yeah.
And then like my niece, she's the oldest one, so she was just like right away like okay, let's go. You
Yeah.
know, because she heard the tone in her voice, like maybe like there's danger.
Yeah.
The younger one, Levi, my nephew, was just like he was kind of like why a little more, and but yeah, so then like my sister said, she just like, okay, let's go to a different aisle. So they kind of went forward, maybe two aisles down. There ended up being another guy there on his
Damn.
phone again. And this is a
And
different
all in the
guy
same
in
toy
the
section.
toy section, in the kids section.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's what's crazy? Sometimes some parents just let their kids go on their own, you know?
And that's what I'm assuming that they're waiting for. And I was just like, oh hell no. I'm like, dude, like it's just scary because this is like where like in the city that they live in.
Mm-hmm.
Like that scares me because I love my niece and nephew so much, and if anything freaking happens, I swear I will kill someone.
No, yeah.
Hell no.
It's crazy.
It's just scary for me because like I
And
hear.
you know what sucks? Like, sometimes when these people get caught, they don't even spend much time in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just pisses me off. That pisses me off so much, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's just
Damn.
crazy. These things are very serious, and I feel like people really need to be like aware of that. Like even a women, especially I'm like, oh my god, let me tell you guys a story. I literally went to LA like
Last
2 weeks
week,
ago.
2 weeks ago? Oh,
two
damn.
weeks ago, and I actually ended up going alone. So, but I was on the phone with Emmanuel, and I was in the car. I had just found a perfect parking. I had to walk maybe like 10 minutes to like the beach area to meet up with my friends. But literally, as soon as I parked, I was just sitting in my car on the phone with Emmanuel, and I see. This was before I spoke with you, but there's two guys walking past, a darker male and like a Hispanic male, and what's it called? Like they were both walking, and they both turned to look at me, and they were just started laughing, and I was just like, like why are they laughing at me? And so then I was like, okay, well that already made me feel uncomfortable, but I'm like, whatever, they're just doing their thing. Maybe they're just talking. And then I continued to sit in my car, but then the darker male that was with the Hispanic male, they were both walking, and then I saw him walk back and forth a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
like in the same street where I was where I was parked.
Yeah.
And honestly, right away I was like, huh, this is like the third time I see him now, and I was like, that's weird. Why is he like just keep passing? Like, is this like normal, or like what is it? But already I was just like, I didn't feel safe already, and I was just like, I just stayed in my car for a little bit, and I remember I was like, damn, like, okay, it's time for me to go, to go walk out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn. And I kind of just like prayed, and I was like, God, like what should I just go with my friends? Like I drove all the way out here to like meet up with them. Like should I just like stay and like hang out, or like what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm alone. I don't feel safe. Like I think I'm just gonna head out. Like I don't want to risk it. Like I don't know why I'm like, if I have, God gave us these senses for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm gonna listen to it. And so like
Listen to your gut.
yeah, 100%. And then like I ended up just getting up and leaving. And then like on top of that, I went to go get some food at In and Out. And remember I told you there's
Oh, yeah,
people
huh?
looking into my car.
Yeah, you did tell
Right?
me that
And
too.
I'm like, dude, like some like people just kept, maybe I got paranoid, but no. At a certain point I was eating outside of the In and Out on my own with Emmanuel on the phone as well. And there is like this dude with carrying a baby, and like his family. There's two tables outside, and it was just weird that he managed to like be standing literally right next to my car,
Mm-hmm.
like looking into it as he was carrying the baby. And I just kept staring at him, and I was like, what the heck, why does this guy keep staring inside my car? And I literally just dogged him the whole time, and then he finally moved away from it, and I was like, good. You
No,
better
yeah.
freaking. I was ready to fight him. I'm like, you never know. Sometimes families are into it, like
No, yeah.
in on this.
So it sucks because I like you can't really trust people
Mm-mm.
sometimes because like It could even be like an old couple.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how they do it sometimes. They grab
So
people
sad.
who you wouldn't even suspect, you know?
Mm-hmm. Remember like that? Okay, another
Oh
TikTok.
yeah. Another TikTok.
Here we go.
Huh.
But yeah, there's some girl who said she was also at Walmart. No,
Yeah.
she also went to Walmart and she was just trying to get some scrubs and like as she was trying to get her scrubs, some older lady, like maybe like a 40, 50-year-old lady,
Yeah.
went up to her asking her like, oh, what do you think about these scrubs? Which one should I wear? She's like, whichever ones you need for that you are required to wear.
Yeah,
Like,
like your work requires, yeah.
yeah, or whatever ones, if they allow you, like whatever ones you like,
Yeah.
you know? So she was like, that's a stupid question to ask, like, you know? And then,
Because she said they were following her like everywhere she was going,
yeah,
huh?
that lady, like ever since she entered, that she was just kind of on her butt, like not literally not her butt,
Yeah.
but like on her ass, I guess. Like, you know, like as she was walking around, she's like, why is this lady like seems like she's following me?
Yeah.
But then but then like she ends up finally talking to her, and so she asks about the scrubs, and then she moves on to say, hey, my husband's like in the car, he's disabled, I wanted to buy a TV, like can you help me like bring it into the car? And she was like, what the heck, out of all people you come to me, a lady, a
Huh.
young lady who doesn't have muscles, you know?
Huh.
She's like, when there's plenty of workers that can help you, plenty of other maybe men that could
Yeah.
help you,
And didn't she
perhaps.
even ask like, did you come alone? Like,
Oh, she even asked her, yeah, like, oh, are you here alone, shopping alone? And she's like, no, my brother's here. And she's like, oh, well, can you help me with this? And then she's like, no, but I can maybe like, she lied and she was like, but maybe I can have my brother help you.
huh.
And then the girl lady was like, no, you know, you should do it. You should help me. And then she was like, no.
She was like, why bother your brother? You can help me, huh?
Yeah, she was like, dude, like, wouldn't you want a guy's help? Like,
Yeah.
this is when, you know, and it's just so weird.
And then she said that she started like responding like angrily,
Oh
right?
yeah, the lady ended up being like, cause this girl ended up insisting, no, I'll just go call my brother, and then she was like, she ended up being like, f you, you freaking bitch, and like all these
Yeah.
things, and then she was like, what the hell? That this girl, she says she's Arabian, she's
Arabia, yeah.
Arabian, and she was like, yeah, like she ended up telling the lady, you don't think I know what you're doing, and you're like you freaking human trafficker, and then the lady just left, and she like called like security and stuff like that, like well the girl did.
No, yeah, that's crazy.
But it's true, you guys. You truly never freaking know. You really never know, like how these things can be, and like we just have to be aware now. Like honestly, I don't trust people. Like I tell my husband all the time. I'm like, oh no, like I'm not gonna help anybody at this point anymore because I really don't trust people. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't, and I'm not gonna risk it. Like you know, it just depends on the situation, obviously. Like no, like it's just be aware.
No,
Pay
yeah.
attention to signs and things like that. Cause
Don't just be too into your phone either, because like
oh
sometimes that's
yeah,
when they could get you.
yes, 100%.
Be
Like,
aware of your surroundings, especially now. You know.
I've seen a lot of like them putting tags on the cars, so just be careful if you see that. And there's been situations where they put napkins with
Oh yeah.
drugs inside of them that like pretty much make you end up passing out, and people will follow you.
Yeah, they'll be driving right behind you, just waiting.
Yeah, literally waiting. So if you guys ever see that, for the ladies and even men, you
Yeah.
truly never know. But do not touch those napkins. Call police and try to never be like alone, or like you know like not late at night, more in the daytime, because honestly I just feel like it is even scary for myself. Sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
go to like I want to go and I'm like, damn, it's 7, I'm like, it's getting kind of dark, and I'm like, okay, and I always just pray, and I just stay prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hold on to my key, I like make sure like my phone's in like zipped up, I don't like trust like you know.
No,
I
yeah.
just I'm always prepared. I don't carry anything just yet, but I do plan on buying
Getting
something
like pepper
to
spray
carry.
or something. No, yeah.
Pepper spray or even a pocket knife, to be honest.
No, yeah, because you do never know.
Yeah, so it's crazy stuff, you guys. This is today we kind of just wanted to talk and share a little bit and send a little update because I know it's been a while, but we do have planned to post up one on health. It's just been something like health. When it comes down to health, there's like a lot of things.
There is a lot of things that come to health.
So I've been kind of watching things, learning a little bit about things, and
Getting more educated, so we
yeah.
don't give you guys wrong information.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like super like informational or
No, yeah.
educational, but like you know we want to know some stuff, and it's interesting because the health is just like, and we've been learning a lot about gut health. So like
Yeah.
when it comes to gut health, it's just crazy how like it takes a toll. Like whatever you put into your body, really like, I mean, it makes sense. Whatever
Yeah.
you put into your body takes a toll on your body. Whether it's like
It's the same way as a car, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever you put into your car is gonna perform a different way, you know.
Exactly,
And that's the
100%.
way I think about it, even with my body and stuff, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Like for example, when I would work out like more consistently,
Mm-hmm.
I would always make sure, like even though I was eating a little bit more bland, I would always make sure I had my protein and everything, like everything was
Mm-hmm.
in good levels, and
Yeah.
I'd be hydrated all the time,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
true.
Because
Mm-hmm.
then, like, in order to be able to go to work and then go give my all in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
like I have to be well fed, you know.
Yep, 100%. And yeah, and don't forget that, guys, stay hydrated. I mean, sometimes people wait till like their mouth is freaking dry to drink
Uh,
water, but if you feel your mouth just even slightly dry, go sip on some water. It doesn't have to be like a whole ass chugging of a bottle of water, but like just sip it throughout the day. And honestly, I feel like you can feel a difference in your
yeah.
body. It's amazing. But yeah, guys. Well, that's for another day. But it was fun. I had fun talking about all these little stories. It was just
Huh.
crazy. There's so many things we could talk about, like when you look back at things that you've experienced. And yeah, maybe someday we can have some of you guys come tell us your stories. And I definitely want like my brother, like my dad. I
Mhm.
would definitely want them on here. And we were planning to do that sometime soon. And I'm gonna ask them. And I'm sure I know they want to. So it'll be cool.
No, yeah. But yeah, I like things about the body too. Even
Yeah.
like things like you know how even like for example like in college, like I even learned a lot about like how to not get hangovers.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's true.
you have to make sure you're hydrated, make sure you eat
Before
some
you
bread, make sure you're pretty yeah. So then
Here's
you just
what
observe.
college taught me.
Yeah, college. This is what I learned from college, guys. No, I'm kidding.
For those that don't know, Emmanuel
Huh.
was in a frat, so he was a party boy.
Oh yeah, I was in a fraternity.
For a moment.
Well, technically, I still am part of it, but not active. So,
Hmm.
but I mean, I feel like I had a pretty good experience there
But I
too.
feel like you've been pretty active. We've hosted events here at this place.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have hosted
Yeah,
events at the house.
we've hosted events for the bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been cool.
Hmm.
It's been cool. Do want to go back and then like talk to them and see like what their goals are and see how we could even bring some of them even onto the podcast. You know,
Oh yeah, that's true. 100%.
talk about what their aspirations are. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Super cool stuff.
Huh.
Hmm.
But yeah, guys, I guess we're gonna be ending this soon because it's work time.
Yeah. Gotta make
Duty
some
calls, you
lunch.
know.
Hmm. Duty calls and Emmanuel leaves.
Huh. But yeah, we just wanted to update you guys, post something up so you guys don't miss us too much.
Yeah.
And soon we'll be posting about our gut health
Mm-hmm.
research that we've been doing.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, this is Emman and Jan from the Emman and Jan show. Stay tuned because we definitely have more coming.
Bye bye.
Bye.